If you've been taking circulation supplements with zero results, here's why. The supplement industry floods the market with underdosed formulas that simply don't contain enough of what your vascular system actually needs. You might as well be flushing those money down the drain. Research suggests your body may only need 3 specific compounds to help support healthy blood vessel function. Not 15, not a mega blend. Just 3, but only in the right forms and therapeutic dosages that most multivitamins don't come close to providing. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and today I'm cutting through the noise to share the only 3 vitamins research suggests may significantly support leg circulation. I'll tell you the exact forms and dosages studied in clinical settings. And stay with me, because the third one has a critical timing detail. If you take it at the wrong time of day, research suggests it may not work at all. This information is educational. Always consult your doctor before starting new supplements, especially if you take medications. Let's start with the foundation, what I call the cleanup crew. This is vitamin number 1, and research suggests it may address 2 major factors in sluggish circulation: constricted vessels and blood viscosity. When blood vessels narrow and blood thickens, flow slows dramatically. Your feet get cold, your legs feel heavy, and circulation feels like a trickle instead of a river. The compound is niacin, also known as vitamin B3. But forget the tiny amounts in standard multivitamins. They may be insufficient for vascular support. Research has examined therapeutic doses that are significantly higher. Here's what's crucial. You need the flushing form of niacin, also called nicotinic acid. The flush, a temporary warmth and redness, is actually a sign that the compound is working, potentially opening up tiny capillaries and blood vessels. Avoid non-flushing versions like inositol hexanicotinate. While popular because they eliminate the flush, research suggests they may not deliver the same vascular effects. If you want the potential benefit, you may need to accept the temporary flush. Start with a low dose, 250 milligrams taken once daily with a meal. This helps buffer the initial flushing sensation. After 2 weeks, if you're tolerating it well, you may increase to 500 milligrams once daily, the dose studied in many circulation research protocols. Critically, never increase without consulting your physician, especially if you have liver concerns or take other medications. The flush typically involves warmth, redness, and sometimes itching across the face, neck, and chest, lasting 15 to 30 minutes. Taking a non-aspirin anti-inflammatory about 30 minutes beforehand may help minimize intensity. Within a few weeks, most people report the flush subsides significantly. Why does research suggest this vitamin may support circulation so powerfully? It has a dual mechanism. First, niacin is one of the most studied natural compounds for potentially promoting vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels. When you take the flushing form, it may trigger release of signaling molecules that tell arterial walls to relax. Think of it like turning a 2-lane road into a 4-lane highway. The same volume of blood may flow faster, with less resistance. This is essential for supporting blood flow to extremities like cold hands and feet. Second, niacin has been studied for its potential to influence blood viscosity, the thickness and stickiness of blood. By potentially supporting healthier blood flow characteristics, it may help blood move more smoothly through newly widened vessels, reducing the resistance your heart works against. Less viscosity may mean more glide, fundamental for addressing that heavy, sluggish feeling in the legs. Important safety note. Because niacin at therapeutic doses can interact with certain medications and may affect liver enzymes in rare cases, you must consult your physician before starting, especially if you have pre-existing liver conditions, diabetes, or take blood pressure or cholesterol medication. They may want to monitor your liver function periodically. So that's vitamin number 1, niacin B3, the cleanup crew. Research suggests it may widen vessels and support healthier blood flow. Use the flushing form and follow the 250 to 500 milligrams protocol under medical supervision. But even wide, clean vessels can become stiff and lose flexibility. That brings us to our next game changer, the flexibility fixer. Think about a brand new rubber hose. Flexible, bends easily, handles pressure changes smoothly. Now think about an old brittle plastic pipe. Hard, cracks under stress, barely lets water through. Over time, due to diet and aging, blood vessels can become like that brittle pipe. This rigidity may significantly impact healthy circulation. Vitamin number 2 is vitamin K2, and research suggests it may actively work to help restore vessel flexibility. But here's the critical detail. You cannot substitute K1 for K2. The specific number after the K is absolutely vital. You must find supplements labeled vitamin K2, MK7, menaquinone 7. K1, found abundantly in leafy greens, is important for blood clotting. But research suggests K2 has unique properties for supporting soft tissue and vessel wall health. Specifically, the MK7 form has a longer half-life, meaning it stays active in your bloodstream for many hours, potentially working continuously throughout the day. The dose studied for vascular support is between 100 and 300 micrograms per day. Do not confuse micrograms with milligrams. This is a small but potentially potent dose. Always check labels to ensure you're getting the MK7 form in this range. K2 is fat-soluble, so it's best absorbed when taken with a meal containing healthy fats. K2 is found naturally in fermented foods, especially natto, traditional Japanese fermented soybeans. If you can't stomach natto, which is common, supplementation is the most reliable way to reach therapeutic doses. Here's the fascinating mechanism, and this is what makes K2 unique. Research suggests it acts as a calcium traffic cop in your body. Your body needs calcium in bones and teeth, but aging and modern diets may lead to calcium accumulating in soft tissues, including artery walls. When calcium builds up there, it's like putting concrete in a rubber hose, creating hardening and stiffness, a condition called arterial stiffness. Research suggests K2's role is to activate a protein called matrix GLA protein, or MGP. Think of MGP as tiny biological vacuums. When K2 activates MGP, these proteins may seek out calcium that has accumulated in artery walls, bind to it, and help remove it from soft tissue. Once removed, the calcium may be redirected back to bone tissue where it belongs. The potential result? Arteries may become softer, more flexible, and more responsive. Better flexibility may mean better pressure regulation and improved flow to tired legs. Critical safety warning. K2 is involved in blood clotting pathways. If you're taking blood-thinning medications or anticoagulants, you must discuss K2 supplementation with your prescribing doctor before starting. They may need to adjust medication dosages or monitor more closely. So that's vitamin K2, MK7, the flexibility fixer. Research suggests it may help keep vessels soft and supple by supporting healthy calcium distribution. Take 100 to 300 micrograms of MK7 daily with food. We've potentially cleaned the pipes and made them flexible. Now we need the final piece, the powerful signal to keep them open and operating at peak performance. We've covered structure and flow. Now we cover the command center. Vitamin number 3 is the essential building block for what research suggests may be the most powerful signaling molecule your body produces for instant blood vessel relaxation. Without adequate levels of this vitamin, your body may not produce enough of this substance to keep vessels functioning optimally. I call it the opening signal. And remember, the timing is absolutely critical for this one. Miss this detail, and you may be undermining its potential effectiveness completely. I'll explain exactly why in just a moment. Everyone knows vitamin C, but few realize its profound potential role in vascular health beyond immune support. For the higher doses studied for circulation support, standard ascorbic acid can be tough on the stomach, causing acidity. We recommend buffered vitamin C, mixed with minerals like calcium or magnesium, or liposomal vitamin C. The liposomal form is encased in tiny fat bubbles, making it potentially better absorbed and gentler on the gut. This is considered the premium form for higher dose vitamin C. Research examining circulation benefits has used meaningful doses. Aim for 1,000 milligrams, 1 gram, taken once or twice daily. This higher concentration may help ensure adequate vitamin C is circulating to support the vascular system throughout the body. Here's the mechanism. Vitamin C is considered essential for maintaining the health of the endothelium, the cell lining of your blood vessels. Research suggests this lining is responsible for producing nitric oxide, or NO. Nitric oxide may be the body's most potent natural vasodilator, the master relaxer. It signals vessel walls to relax and widen, potentially improving flow. Vitamin C not only may support nitric oxide production, but research also suggests it helps protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly due to free radicals. Think of vitamin C as potentially fueling the engine that keeps vessels open. Now here's the crucial detail I mentioned at the beginning, the one you cannot miss. You must take your vitamin C dose in the morning, and if taking a second dose, by mid-afternoon at the latest. Here's why. First, for some people, vitamin C at higher doses may have a mildly stimulating effect, similar to an energy boost. Taking it close to bedtime could potentially interfere with sleep, and sleep is already a major concern for many seniors. Second, research suggests your vascular system may need the vessel-relaxing benefits of nitric oxide most during the day when you're active, standing, walking, demanding more blood flow. By taking vitamin C in the morning and early afternoon, you may ensure maximum nitric oxide support when your body needs it most. The rule: take 1,000 milligrams with breakfast, and if taking a second dose, 1,000 milligrams with lunch or early afternoon snack. Avoid taking it after 5 p.m.
Vitamin C is generally very safe, but higher doses may cause digestive upset in some people. Sticking to buffered or liposomal forms and drinking plenty of water should help mitigate this. So that's vitamin C, the opening signal. Research suggests it may be vital fuel for nitric oxide, which helps widen vessels on demand. Use 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of buffered or liposomal form, and always take it before evening. These three vitamins, niacin, K2, and C, may form what I call the circulation trinity. Now let's address a critical myth. I take a multivitamin, so I'm covered. The reality: standard multivitamins contain doses designed to prevent deficiency, not to provide potential therapeutic benefits for circulation support. A typical multivitamin might contain 20 milligrams of niacin. You may need 250 to 500 milligrams for vascular support. It might contain 5 micrograms of vitamin K, often K1. You may need 100 to 300 micrograms of K2MK7. It might contain 60 milligrams of vitamin C. Research has examined 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams for circulation benefits. The solution? You must purchase these three supplements individually at the studied therapeutic dosages if you want to explore their potential benefits. Let me be absolutely clear about safety. Niacin at therapeutic doses can interact with medications and may affect liver enzymes. If you have liver conditions, diabetes, or take blood pressure or cholesterol medications, consult your physician before starting. They may want to monitor liver function. Vitamin K2 is involved in clotting pathways. If you take blood thinners or anticoagulants, you must discuss K2 with your prescribing doctor before starting. They may need to adjust your medication. Vitamin C is generally safe, but higher doses may cause digestive upset. Use buffered or liposomal forms and drink plenty of water. You're not looking for a miracle pill. You're exploring research-backed nutritional support for your body's natural vascular systems. Here's what realistic commitment looks like. Initial response: days 1 to 7. You'll primarily notice the niacin flush if using that supplement. You may start to feel subtle, temporary warmth in your extremities as vessels potentially widen. Your primary goal this week is tolerance and consistency. Midterm response: weeks 2 to 6. The potential vessel widening effect may become more consistent. Your legs may feel less heavy at day's end. This is when the niacin and vitamin C synergy may be taking hold.
You might notice subtle changes in skin color and warmth in your feet and lower legs. Long-term response, months 3 and beyond. This is when the research suggested long-term work of vitamin K2 may really shine. As arterial stiffness potentially decreases slowly, circulation may become more resilient and effective. This is where people report sustained improvements. These are nutritional supports, not medications. Research suggests they may work by supporting your body's systems, which takes time. Skipping days means you may lose momentum, especially with K2, which research suggests needs consistent presence in the bloodstream. Make taking your supplements a daily ritual at the same time. Consistency may be the key to experiencing the potential benefits research has identified.
We've cut through the noise and given you a detailed research-based plan. You're no longer guessing about random blends. You have 3 targeted, studied compounds that research suggests may significantly support circulation. Niacin B3, flushing form, the cleanup crew, may widen vessels. Dosage, 250 to 500 milligrams. Warning, expect the flush and consult your doctor. Vitamin K2 MK7, the flexibility fixer, may help remove hardening calcium from artery walls. Dosage, 100 to 300 micrograms. Warning, must consult doctor if on blood thinners. Vitamin C, buffered or liposomal, the opening signal, may fuel nitric oxide production. Dosage, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams. Critical timing, must take before 5 p.m. Now that you have this knowledge, what's your next step? Don't let circulation be an afterthought. This may be about better quality of life, lighter legs, warmer feet, more energy. I recommend committing to 90 days. That's the time frame research suggests may be needed to see the coordinated potential benefits of these 3 vitamins working together. Track how you feel. Notice subtle changes. And most importantly, work with your healthcare provider throughout this journey. I'm Dr. Emily Carter. Remember, this information is educational and not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting new supplements, especially if you have existing health conditions or take medications. The research is promising, but individual results may vary. Here's to supporting your vascular health.